Good morning. I am here with Anne this morning, and we're not going to do a van tour on her. She has a camper. I can show you her camper. And I'm just interested to speak to her because she's such an interesting lady. And hey, how can she not be with purple hair, right? It's just a camper, and she used to have a pop-up, I think. You've had the camper for about 4 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this one for 4 years. The other one, canvas was dying, so I had to leave my camper. It also required a stronger person to pop it up, even though I got this. It was just too hard for me.
Right, so you had a canvas pop-up before this one.
Yes, so it's a young person's camper.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one suits me, is amazing. I mean, I was just looking basically for a shell, but I ended up with, I have a bathroom, I have an oven that works, a heater that works. I mean,
yeah, you're all set up, huh?
it's a real treat. And the cats like having extra space to run around.
Yeah. And you live up in Berkeley, huh?
Yes.
And you've been up there your whole life, or?
Yep. I live in a house that my parents built, and I grew up in and raised my kids. And, yeah.
How many kids do you have?
2 boys
Oh,
and
okay.
1 granddaughter.
Oh, how old is your granddaughter?
10.
Oh, I have a 10-year-old too.
Yeah, and she's being homeschooled, so she gets to see the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my granddaughter's homeschooled as well. That's a big thing now, I think.
Yeah, when my sons were homeschooled, there was very little out there.
So you're a homeschooler too?
Yes. So sometimes there's 3 generations of people involved. We've done a few workshops and stuff together.
How fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. So what would you like to share today?
I think what you're doing is wonderful, getting people together, becoming more aware of how to live the best life they can, whatever that is. So I thank you for that.
Oh. And you go to Quartzsite a lot, I understand.
I spend January, February, usually in Quartzsite area. Yeah. This year, hopefully, I'm going to drive around more.
Oh, yeah.
You want to come see?
Your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not allowed. No cat in my family is allowed out without a harness.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't wear the harnesses, even though I started when they were like, I got them home. The next day we were harnessing. And 9 years later, I failed. So.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you like to do while you're on the road?
So one of the things I've been doing is I realized how much yarn I have been hoarding.
Oh.
And I got this knitting loom, and it makes it possible to make hats very quickly. And so I've just completed 300 hats, and I've had done 200 before that to give away to primarily nomads in need. And these are really lovely wool.
They are
hats.
beautiful hat. We all got one here. There's like 12 of us at this meetup.
Yeah.
That was generous.
So I love doing that. And I'm now down to a reasonable amount of yarn finally. So I'm not going to ever do that again.
But you enjoy it.
I love working with fibers, and I love the hats. So I'll probably continue making hats if I can find donated yarn and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't really like working with acrylic, but I know that a lot of people, that's what they like.
The acrylic? Because they can wash it?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I travel with a loom and some yarn, so I can always do something. And then I've gotten into needle felting, which is a way of taking the fibers of wool and using the special needle. You can tangle it up and make thick felt and make things out of it if you want.
Oh, what kinds of things do you make
So
out of
little
that?
pocketbooks,
Oh.
flowers to go on something. I think I have a little fairy in the window that I made for my granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then I also do origami. I make origami cranes.
Just a crafter, huh?
Yes.
And you paint. You paint some painted angels?
Yes, I took a bunch of angels that were and painted them up so that they're really kind of cute.
They are cute.
Everybody needs an angel. And everybody who needs a hat. So if you're around Quartzsite, I'm Mad Hatter is what.
Mad Hatter?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what this one woman decided to call me. So I think it's fine. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
And then on the 25th of December in Quartzsite, someplace, we're going to have a Burns night, which anybody who's there who wants to participate, come. So Robert Burns was a Scottish poet in the 1700s. And when he died, his friends got together and had a wonderful meal. And as Scots go, they love parties. Not that it's a stereotype, but so there's an order of what you do. We found a piper. We had so it was just really I had brought haggis, which is one of the traditional foods of Robert Burns, and we presented it, and so hopefully anybody who wants to come.
And where is that going to be in?
It'll be at Quartzsite at whoever I'm camping with.
Okay.
So I can let you know, because we'll know in advance.
Yeah, we'll put it on the Nomads Down the Road website.
Yeah. It was wonderful. People had brought poems and little Scottish dancing. So yeah.
Nice. So you do that for a couple of months in the winter, right? And then you're home the rest of the year, or do you travel?
I'm home for a few weeks and then I go off again.
Oh.
I just need to get home and it's falling down. It's a house that needs maintenance, so I have to keep up on top of that.
Uh-huh. Do you live there by yourself, or?
I live on the top floor by myself. My sons redid the bottom flat, so it's a rental.
Oh, okay.
So that works out pretty well.
Yeah. So where do you like to travel?
Mostly where there's forests and water.
Mm-hmm.
Oceans are great too, but there's seldom a water of the trees.
Yeah, I like
and
trees.
Quartzsite is desolate enough. I'm hoping to go see the lunar eclipse in October, and there's some carnivorous plant gardens up there. So one of the places is to see it is in southeastern Oregon is the path. So I'm going to try to, I think, drive up there.
Oh, okay.
And see that.
And that's in October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then November and December, I think I'll probably stay home, and then late December go down to Quartzsite and celebrate the New Year's with sparklers.
Yeah. Fun.
I have a tradition, and for New Year's is we put up new calendars and eat a food we've never eaten before, and wood burn a new spoon.
Wood burn a new spoon?
Yeah, start things new again.
Oh, okay.
But finding food that we have never had is getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I started making the hats primarily because I knew that my arthritis was going to get bad enough that I wouldn't be able to knit.
Oh, yeah.
But
and how are you doing with that?
Pretty good. I can still knit, so
yeah,
that's my criteria.
Right. And you're what, 72, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're same age almost.
Sometimes I feel like I'm really old. Sometimes I look and I go, "Who's that?"
How long have you had your purple hair?
Probably about three years.
Oh.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
A
Have you
friend-
had other colors?
Nope. There is no other color.
Oh, okay.
See, there's purple and everything else.
Oh, okay. I love purple.
That's good.
Yeah.
Purple and then orange is my second.
Uh-huh.
When I got married, my cousin asked me my favorite colors. I told her my favorite colors. And about 2 months later, she called me back and says, I can't do it. I can't do purple and orange together.
Really?
And I'm like, really? They're in nature all over the place. But we don't see that combination. And I think having caravans and meetups with like-minded people, especially with other women, is empowering, and it goes beyond the gathering.
Yeah, it does. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate what you're doing.
Oh. So I understand you're also a little bit of a bird watcher.
I am. I should be better for how long I've been doing it. My 2 boys are really incredible. They just know and retain the information. So I like driving places where I can stop and sit and look at the birds
Uh-huh.
all over. And I guess from Texas west we've gone.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done a lot as much on my own as I did with my kids, but
Didn't you mention when we were camping that you're a traveling nurse?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'm a nurse practitioner, and I go and volunteer at different places. And like at Quartzsite, I'm available to do blood pressure checks and sugar checks and anything that needs to be done. And then Van Aid, I volunteer also as
Oh, yeah.
a nurse there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've been to Van Aid too.
Yeah, it has such a nice feel of people helping people.
Very much so, yeah. It's a great community.
This community is amazing.
Yeah. So who have you met that just stands out
So I'm horrible with names,
Uh-huh.
so I apologize. I mean, Bob Wells is certainly my guru
Uh-huh.
for getting out there and being as humane as possible.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing this?
5 or 6 years.
Okay, well,
I mean, we've
one of the first. Really?
gone camping and off-road camping all our lives, but we use the tent.
Yeah, the tents with your boys.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is like luxury plus.
Mm-hmm. And are you divorced or widowed or?
Yeah, I'm divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband decided he wanted a happy life, and it did not include me or the children.
Oh.
So it's much better without him, but it was a hard transition.
Okay. A long time ago? Were they
About
little?
15 years, between 10 and 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. So your boys were grown.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good they didn't have to pick.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. What else? I think having been out and traveling to do birding has really made it a relatively easy transition to traveling by myself
Uh-huh.
or with my cats.
Right. Yeah.
But they don't completely count.
Do you have any puppies or?
Not yet.
No?
I'm thinking about a puppy, but I know I'd have 2 cats that would kill me, so
Oh.
I'm not quite ready to
Uh-huh.
be demised.
Right.
Right, so yeah. And I also really like that people come together who have all kinds of political perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
and we can still find ways to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the future for our world, is that kind of connections.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're I say the solution to world peace is cooking together. because you can't really get too angry if you're trying to cooperate.
Yeah, we had a great potluck last night.
It was delicious, yeah.
That spaghetti you made was fabulous. What did you put in it? It was so unique. It was like almost like a barbecue.
So I had this jar of roasted
Peppers?
roasted garlic and onions
Oh.
in a jelly. And I wanted something that gave it a little different flavor, so I threw the whole container in.
It was fabulous.
I got lots more. You want to take some home? We're going to have it for dinner tonight again.
Oh, okay. How long are you going to stay?
Just till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Donna has an appointment.
That's right, with her car.
Her car. And
Yeah.
I have to go pick my tomatoes.
And how long have you known Donna?
Probably 3 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met on some of the first virtuals, which were, and then we continued. They realized they had too many going, so they wanted to drop one, and none of us wanted it dropped, so we started our own. So we have a Wednesday morning Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Meeting that's open to anybody who wants. The only requirement is to be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk. I don't care. If it's upsetting people, we won't do it. But we talk politics and religion and anything that's on resources. There's about eight or nine of us core people.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
But you're welcome too.
Okay. Yeah, Donna did a workshop for us yesterday on the phone, privacy settings on the phone. I'll show that.
And she's really technologically very
Yes, she is.
clever.
Yeah, she used to be my moderator.
Oh.
Yeah, on the Facebook group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's so nice because we just all like get along.
Yeah.
You know, just all coming from different places around the country, and you know, we just meet up and it's like we're instant friends.
Yeah.
You found that too?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, you need to learn. I need to keep learning for those red flag people, and figure out how to.
There are a few, yeah.
Yeah, they're not very many.
No.
But when they are, it's really hard to figure out how to balance, at least for me, being nice and supportive to people and telling them they need to moderate their behavior some.
Right.
Or some of us will leave. Because most of the people have a right to be part of whatever group they want to.
Sure.
But, that being said, eventually, I think in most groups things sort of weed themselves out.
Have you run across mostly part-time or full-time women? What's been your experience? Because you've been out there quite a bit.
So I would say part-time.
Mostly part-time?
Mostly part-time. And it varies from like 80% to 10% of the time they're spent out.
Okay.
And a lot of people start by parking in their driveways, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
To figure, or someplace so that they can figure out and give themselves enough time to see what works, not just overnight, but like a week or something.
Right. A lot of women I've noticed, they're talking about, not that necessarily that they've done so, a lot of them are talking about selling their homes and just hitting the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Would you ever do that?
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but partly because of the house history. If it wasn't, would I go? I don't know. After this 5.5 months coming back, it was really, it was quite a transition.
To go back home?
Yeah.
Where did you go for 5.5 months?
Mostly down in the desert area. I did a lot of volunteering there.
All right.
I guess it was in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Oregon and came down.
Mhm.
So my family loves to go to Ashland for the Shakespeare Festival.
Oh yeah.
So they
Yeah,
go
I've been up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And there's a hot tub place there that's a kick and a half. So you can stay and not spend a ton of money.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's such a great idea to just sell your house and just take off.
I think
I don't know.
people are gonna, as we age, we're gonna need some support or some help or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is. You don't see very many people in their 80s doing this. A few, but not that many.
Uh-huh.
I think it really filters off.
Filters off after that. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, if they could rent their home out for a while, if they want to try this, I think that's a better way to go.
I agree. And also, what are you going to do when you can't?
Uh-huh.
I mean, Bob Wells has talked about, which I think is fun, getting some land where people can rent space and just be stable.
Mm-hmm.
And the services would come to them. So
Right.
propane would come, water would come, all of those things. So would be a community for support, which makes a lot of sense.
Right, and there's a lot of people that are starting to get some land for themselves, too. It's not always that easy, though, with regulations and crackdowns. And
because you're right, because it's going to be harder for people to sleep in their vehicles on their own land, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. But
you think it's a lot economics? People can't just afford it
I think
on their Social Security?
Yeah, you can't. It's very hard to do both.
Yeah.
This gas is so crazy right now.
Yeah.
And I don't see that there's any good reason it's going to come down.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, having to make sure that you've got a moving vehicle is really, really important.
Yeah, what if it dies?
Right.
Dies out, or needs a lot of repair. It's a consideration.
So there are wonderful groups especially on Facebook, that will help other nomads, and mostly for free, which I've really appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think and I'm sorry that women feel so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Out in camping wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What have you found? Have you mostly camped by yourself out in the woods?
I'd say about 50-50.
50-50. Mm-hmm.
There's a group of people that I've sort of connected with, and they were like a family.
So you mostly meet up with others. You know now a lot of people, obviously.
Yeah, I try. It's about half the time I hook up with people, and half the time I go off by myself.
Uh-huh.
And they're just both different qualities.
Right.
But, and if I can go look for a bird, it's very exciting too. And even more exciting when I find it.
Yeah.
I carry a little fountain with a hummingbird food, and I put it up on the camper. And if I was here a few more days longer, I would have
put it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because hummingbirds are used to migratory food sources, so I'm not gonna keep them here.
All right.
According to my son, who's a birder, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to show some of your hats and your paintings? So these are wool?
Wool, Angora, silk, various natural fibers.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
I play around with what I have. I haven't bought anything new. Because I'm a yarn hoarder.
Wow, you do have a lot.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's very pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anne. I'm sure my viewers will enjoy meeting you.